I'm writing my list. And you guys are gonna need a list too in a second here. Hold on. Let's see. I need like 2 more.
What is this for?
So there's some guy released a list of 5 80s movies that you have to see. You must see.
This is so my wheelhouse.
This is so Melissa's wheelhouse. I'm trying to think of 80s. I'm not gonna say I'm not 80s movies guy, but as far as like they're not my wheelhouse like they are with Melissa. So I have to look up movies, and I'm like, was that made in the 80s? No.
So wait, they're giving you 5 movies total?
The guy's like this. I guess it's his opinion of.
Okay.
Like it encompasses the 80s or whatever.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. What he's basing this on? So he's just
his
saying
opinion, just like everything else we read.
No, but I know, but I mean, is he using the cast? Is he talking about the plot? Is he talking about like, is it comedy, drama? Like,
I can read you what he says.
Yes.
Well, okay, let me give you. Okay, so the first one he says, "Do the right thing."
Okay.
Okay.
That would be on my list.
Okay.
It's a good one.
It's a tale of good and evil. And then he describes like what the movie's about, and he says there's also a strong ensemble cast. The genius of the film is its refusal to offer easy answers. Instead, it captures the complexity of injustice, anger, and community in America. It's a masterpiece of cinema and social conscience, daring viewers to confront uncomfortable truths. All these years later, this joint still hits hard. My favorite part is just when everybody's going off on other races. Like, do you remember that scene where it's just clips of everybody insulting other races? Yes. Oh my God.
Of course you love that.
It would be so inappropriate in 2025, but back then it was hilarious. Okay, another one.
Yeah, and I will say, since you mentioned that, a lot of these don't age well. A lot of these.
Yeah, well, it's just, yeah. But I mean, we're doing stuff now that in like 50 years, people are going to be like, you did what? How dare you? And you won't even know. You'll be like, no, it's just what we did, The Shining is another one. I thought this movie was from the 70s, 1980, just made the cut.
Before you give me his reasoning, I did like The Shining. I do think it was a classic, but I don't know if I would make that one of the 5 80s movies you have to see. Let's hear his explanation.
Okay. He said, it's the most horrible dream I've ever had, and describes the movie. And he gives a shout out because it's Stanley Kubrick. I can never say that guy's name.
I know, Stanley Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick transforms the Overlook into a character itself. And the Overlook is the hotel.
The hotel, yeah.
Into a character itself, a confusing, dreadful entity defined by endless hallways, patterned carpets, and impossible architecture. Rather than relying on jump scares, the director unsettles us through mood, ambiguity, and psychological disintegration.
Very true.
Yeah. It makes it one of the decade's crown jewels.
Okay. I mean, I don't disagree with anything he said, but if you're asking me to give you 5, I don't think that would be in my 5. But go ahead.
Okay. This next movie I haven't even seen. Amadeus.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Is it a biography? It's about the
It's the Wolfgang Mozart, Amadeus Mozart movie.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Wasn't that song "Rock Me Amadeus" in that movie? I'm gonna.
If you say so.
Amadeus.
Remember when I started off and said I've never heard of this movie?
Yeah. You haven't? Okay. Hold on.
I cannot leave alone a soul in pain. Amadeus is a lavish, exhilarating period drama that turns the life of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart into a tale of envy, genius, and downfall.
Oh, okay.
Rather than being a dry history lesson, it becomes a compelling statement on the destructive power of jealousy. It's anchored by F. Murray Abraham's Oscar-winning performance as Antonio Salieri and Tom Hulce's exuberant take on Mozart.
I was way off, by the way. Rock Me Amadeus, the song, was a completely separate thing, and I have not seen the movie. I've only seen the music video for Rock Me Amadeus, so it's totally different. I have not seen the movie. Nope. I'm looking at it going, wait a minute, this is... Oh, wait, no, this is what I thought
I've never had anybody be so confident about something that they never have seen or heard of.
No, I think I have seen this, because this is what I thought was the music video, but no, this is the movie. Was Rock Me Amadeus in this? No. I think I'm thinking of...
Ask ChatGPT.
I did. Okay.
ChatGPT.
Again. Hold on. I'm going to ask.
I gave my ChatGPT a nickname. My boy Chad. ChatGPT. He's an Italian fella.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
yeah.
Is the song Rock Me Amadeus in the movie Amadeus?
No, you idiot.
No, Falco's song Rock Me Amadeus is not in the movie Amadeus from 1984. Okay. But Rock Me Amadeus came out in 1985, so not too far off. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay. Blade Runner.
Never saw it.
I feel like this is a movie I should see, but I've never seen it. All these years drunk on the memory of its perfection, Blade Runner was initially misunderstood, but time has elevated it to classic status.
That was 4 or 3?
That was the fourth one.
Okay.
No character complicates the movie more than Roy Batty. During the climax, he delivers one of the greatest monologues in cinema. Wow, tears and rain, cementing the film's philosophical weight. On the aesthetic side, the production design remains unparalleled with its dense dystopian cityscapes, influencing sci-fi for decades. I'm going to have to Google or YouTube that monologue. I love good movie monologues, even in movies that I haven't seen. If you can hook me. No, I like that's like a guilty pleasure is watching a monologue from a movie that I haven't seen, because in my head, I'm like, if just this monologue gets me, then I love the movie, even though I haven't seen it. But I can, like, in my head, kind of like put it in the...
But I feel like with monologues, you have to experience what surrounds the monologue. To just jump into the monologue without context, I think takes away from it.
There are some solid ones.
I believe that, yeah, but I don't think it hits as hard as when you experience it, like, Anyway.
What's the last one?
Raging Bull.
Never saw that one either.
You didn't get me down. Raging Bull, a brutal and beautiful portrait of self-destruction, widely considered one of Martin Scorsese's greatest achievements. Robert De Niro's Oscar-winning performance as boxer Jake LaMotta is a masterclass in transformation, both physical and emotional. It chronicles his rise in the ring and fall in his personal life, painting him as both a ferocious competitor and deeply flawed man consumed by jealousy and rage.
Okay, so now that we know this, guys, can I throw out a couple that I would like to say would be mine?
I feel like you've been waiting to do this.
Yeah, but I'm not really, I haven't put much thought into it. So when this video comes out, I'm probably going to say, why did I say that? But number one has to be Rocky.
That's from the 70s, though, so you got to pick.
Oh, that's right.
Probably,
late 70s, right?
Yeah, I think Rocky, right. I don't know about Rocky 2, but Rocky 3 and 4 were definitely in the 80s.
Those were my favorites. So I would say Rocky 3 and 4 together, combine them, but...
Rocky 2 was 1979, so you're going to have to go with... That's all right. You can say Rocky 3 or 4.
Yeah, it just doesn't have the same, but yeah. Okay. All right. Those were my favorites anyways. And we could, although Pebbles would hate us, I could say on another video, we can rank the Rocky movies from best to worst.
I won't be here that
day. Okay. Pretty in Pink.
Pretty in Pink, all right.
So now I'm going to go, you guys know I love a good rom-com. That's my favorite genre of movie. I love a good rom-com. Pretty in Pink is the ultimate movie of, like, I want to say, like, the nice guy finishes last, because that's kind of what it was. Although some people might not know, the original Pretty in Pink ending was with, in case you haven't seen the movie, it's this girl who's kind of like played by Molly Ringwald. She is kind of like an odd girl. She hangs out with, like, not the popular kids. Her family's broke. They have no money. And her best friend is this guy, Ducky, played by John Cryer. And Ducky is also from the same type of background. He's broke, no money, and they just have a really good friendship. But Molly Ringwald's character falls in love with the rich guy, Blaine, played by Andrew McCarthy. And their relationship just doesn't work because of the dynamic of the friendships and all that and all of the outside noise. And it's just a good lesson on not listening to the peer pressure of your friends when it comes to relationships. And a lot of people might not know this, but in the original movie, the movie we see, she ends up with Blaine. But the original ending was her ending up with Ducky, but it got trashed by test audiences.
Really?
So John Hughes, the director, changed it around and made it so she ends up with Blaine.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be one for sure. There's just...
Come on, how are you like
waddling
here?
I'm stuck because there's so many classics that I'm like...
I already got my list.
Go ahead, you guys go.
I tried to go Well, do you have your list, Pebbles?
No,
Okay.
I'm working on it.
I'm trying to go different genres. So in the and a couple things, you need to have like a Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, something like that. Those guys define the 80s, at least for me. But I kind of agree with you with the Rocky thing.
Yeah.
Like you can't
There's just so much to learn from the
Yeah,
Rocky movies
yeah.
and every
So-
facet of life.
Yeah, so I did kind of a different. It's got the same similar Rocky underdog
Yep.
story and stuff.
Yep.
Karate Kid.
Oh.
Karate Kid. Yes.
Good one.
Yep. With Daniel Son. It's just a
Love Karate
classic movie that even if you haven't seen it, it's like you kind of know. It's one of those movies that, again, even if you haven't seen it, you kind of recognize. You hear like Mr. Miyagi, you know what that means,
Right.
or things like that. Sweep the leg,
Right,
or
right.
things of that nature. So that's number one.
No mercy.
Yeah,
Sorry.
No Mercy. Another classic. I'll throw this one in the comedy genre. That again, it's one of those movies that you might not have seen it, but you might know some quotes or scenes, or you have definitely 100% you recognize the name Ferris Bueller. Ferris
Oh.
Bueller's Day Off.
You know what? I'm going to agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I think you're going to agree with a couple of these.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, because I'm getting mad basic with them. Like I'm not going deep.
Yeah.
My 80s knowledge isn't like yours.
I am an expert.
The only thing I honestly don't have is like I don't know what you would classify like a Pretty in Pink type of movie. I don't know, like rom-com maybe.
Yeah,
or,
rom-com,
Or like,
okay.
Or what
You
did
don't
they
have-
what did they call that? There was like a group of
The
people.
Brat Pack.
Oh, the Brat
yeah,
Pack.
like a Brat
Like
Pack
St.
movie.
Elmo's Fire.
Yeah, like I don't
Breakfast
have one of
Club.
those.
Yep.
So I got Karate Kid, I got Ferris Bueller. By the way, no particular order. I'm just shouting movies. Terminator.
Oh.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Terminator. 100%. Not my favorite Terminator movie,
Yep,
but
and I was going to say, because
it-
my favorite is Terminator 1. You love Terminator 2.
Terminator 2 is, oh my God, that movie
See?
still stands the test of time. It's so
I like
spectacular.
1 just because of it tells you the whole backstory.
Yes.
I really like that one.
And there's just, when it comes to, sci-fi and things like that, Terminator is just a classic movie that
Yeah.
everybody needs to watch at least once.
Pebbles, put that on your list.
Going back to in the sci-fi genre, but sci-fi comedy, it's a movie that a lot of people, when they think about time travel, they just assume this is how it works. And it's really from nothing but from this movie. Back to the Future. Absolutely tremendous. Like people still to this day, if you said to them, maybe now some of the younger kids will reference Endgame, and they'll be like, well, no, if you just, you come to a certain point and leave at that point, nothing will change. No, Back to the Future shows you that you can change things a lot. You can be a kid that gets picked on, your dad's a nerd, all that stuff. Go back in time, almost have sex with your mom, but turn the bully into your bitch because of your relationship with a weird, most likely has child porn on his computer scientist. By the way, okay, I know you haven't seen the movie, Pebbles. Melissa, you'll get this reference. They never in the movie talked about why Marty and Doc Brown are friends. You never really get
Right.
that story.
Yeah.
So in the original script, they cut it out of the script.
Okay.
But they never changed the story. So the story is Doc Brown, to make money, something like he was shunned from the science community for something.
Yep.
So to make money, he would kind of make maybe not porn movies, but he made like kind of like illegal movies and stuff.
Yep.
And he would have Marty sell them for him in high school. That's how they became boys.
Never knew that.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what did I say? Karate Kid. I said Ferris Bueller. I said Terminator, Back to the Future 4. And 5, I mean, you got to have a horror movie in there, and I'm going to go with Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay.
It was between that and Friday the 13th, but Friday the 13th, you would have to start really with part 2, because part 1 was
What?
the mother was the killer.
Okay. No.
Well, because the main killer is really Jason
I
Voorhees.
understand that, but Friday the 13th 1 is what kind of builds up the entire franchise. You can't just leave it out.
No. I'm not like doing a hardcore argument with you. I'm just saying, like, I'm just
Yeah.
going to pick Nightmare on Elm Street. But
Right.
But if we ever, and we could do a list of this that I know Pebbles would be into, the best jump scares in movie history.
Oh.
I'll be out that day too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To this day, the end of Friday the 13th
Oh,
part
in the boat?
1. Yes.
Oh.
That is, I would rank that as the number 1 jump scare
Really?
in horror movie history.
I don't know if I remember how I felt, but like I just now
I
obviously watching it, you're like,
shit
oh,
my
duh.
pants. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It was there. I like to call either oh shit or holy shit moments sometimes in movies
Yeah.
where I'm like, I don't know how to describe it except that when it happens, you go, oh shit, or
Yeah.
holy shit.
Yeah.
That was a moment where you said that. And I think when that happened,
good.
I literally was like, I don't know. I'll tell you right now exactly how old I was. Hold
Fun
on.
fact that you probably don't realize or remember is that they show that at the beginning of part 2 to kind of recap you.
Yeah. So Friday the 13th. Oh, I meant movie. I put Friday the 13th date, and it told me when the next Friday the 13th is going to be. 2026, if anybody cares.
They're
Yeah,
doing
1980.
another one?
I was 4, and I said, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
Damn.
All right.
Melissa, I'm just
I
sitting
have
here
some.
looking at lists,
No,
and
I
I'm
have
like,
some, but I was gonna let you go because
All right, so that's my 5.
I have. I don't know if I have 5, but I have some good ones.
it's so hard because like on the spot trying to come up with
Right.
5 is crazy.
Right.
Because I'm gonna miss. Can I just mention one movie that no one ever talks about? I don't even know if I know you all probably haven't seen. Melissa, there might be a chance that you did, but there was a movie that starred Gregory Hines called Tap.
Yes, love it.
It was so good. He had like just come out of jail.
Yeah.
And he decides, he's trying to decide whether he wants to go back to, his life of crime or he like wants to become a dancer. It's just, I know it sounds kind of, but it's really, really good.
We got
It's so
introduced
good.
to my little boy, Savion Glover,
Yes.
in that
Yep.
movie.
What?
Yeah.
Say little boy, but he was because he was.
That
a little
was-
boy.
What was he in jail for? That when he came out, he's like, "Should I continue my life of crime
It was
or become a
like
dancer?"
robbery, like bank robberies.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I think that's what it was. I can't.
Did he
even
tiptoe away when he grabbed the bag?
Well, you already mentioned one of mine. Do the Right Thing. That's definitely on my list. How can we forget Coming to America?
Oh,
Coming to
damn,
America. I mean,
yeah.
just with all the different characters.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that movie will always have me laughing.
My favorite Eddie Murphy movie.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Oh my God. That and the scene where where it's Arsenio Hall. By the way, that movie introduced me to Arsenio Hall. Probably introduced everyone to Arsenio Hall. Now I think about it, the scene where like Arsenio Hall like he decks out the apartment.
Yes.
Remember? And then like the father comes and he
Yes.
opens the door
Yep.
and screams. To this day,
Yep.
I know what's gonna happen, and I still laugh my ass off whenever I see that scene. He does it so good.
Oh, that's a good one. One that may surprise you all. I loved Hoosiers.
I never saw Hoosiers.
One of those movies that
I
I
know.
know what it's about, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like basketball and the coach was
Yep.
shunned and
Gene Hackman, right?
Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know why, but I really liked that movie. I don't know that, and I don't know what year Rudy came out, but that was
Yeah.
another
Yep.
like sports movie that I really, really liked. Lean on Me.
I was gonna say that.
Oh,
Good
Lean
one.
on Me
Yeah,
was
yeah.
really, really good.
Very good one.
no, you mean Stand By Me.
No,
No,
Lean
Lean
on
on
Me. Stand By Me was good, but Lean on Me.
Yeah.
What the hell's Lean on Me?
Crazy Joe, the
They
Batman.
used to call me. They used to call me crazy. Now they call me Batman.
Now they call me Batman. In the school, he takes over the school.
Oh, the school one.
Yes.
Okay, good one,
Yes.
good one.
That
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
good
I was
one.
thinking about the kids who found the dead body.
No, that's Stand By Me. That's a good
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
too.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
All right, I don't even know what number I'm on. I just want to mention 2 more. La Bamba.
Oh my God, that movie
Bamba,
scarred me.
that's
for
right.
life.
La Bamba. I really liked
right.
La Bamba.
I think that was where I first got my first scaring of planes, getting on planes, was that movie. Seriously.
Really?
That's kind of what built up my first bout of anxiety of going on planes. Sorry.
But they never showed. I think I've seen that movie like once or twice. I haven't seen it forever.
They don't
though.
show the crash.
They
no.
show them like on a plane and it gets shaky, right?
No, they
No?
just show it taking off in the snow. They don't
Oh, that's
really
it?
show much else. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And Big.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Tom
right.
Hanks.
love Big.
Big was really, really
I
good.
love it.
Yeah.
All
and
right.
there's one I didn't mention because I know you're going to mention it.
Honorable mention.
Melissa.
No,
Nope.
I don't know, Pebs, because I might not, because I have a few that I think are just for different reasons. So, and I know we're
Go ahead.
crazy on time. So,
We talk
We
about.
have all the time we want.
Yeah, we don't have to
okay,
go to
no, I know.
commercials.
All right. So the first one I'm going to mention is Say Anything. Say Anything is a
Oh.
classic. John Cusack, Ione Skye. It's the reason why I like this one so much is because A, it's a rom-com, but B, it teaches you a lot about dating somebody who you wouldn't normally date and then dealing with family issues in the midst of a new relationship.
Okay.
So it's kind of got. I'm picking these things because
Is it a
lot
comedy?
Of like
So it's a comedy?
It's both.
Okay.
It's one of those comedy
That's the one with the Asian dude
love
where he goes,
story.
"What's happening?"
No, that's
hot
16
stuff.
Candles because that's another one I was going to consider. But I like. I'm picking movies that kind of have.
I don't necessarily think it didn't seem like comedy to me.
Say Anything.
Yeah.
I laughed a lot because of just a lot of stupid things that like Joe lies. Joe lies.
It had
Betty
funny
cries.
moments,
Yeah, it
yeah.
had funny moments. The next one is a movie that it's very, very inappropriate, but a lot of up and coming entrepreneurs can learn a lot from it, and that's Risky Business with Tom Cruise.
Risky Business.
Risky Business.
Oh, it's like
was
where
with
he like he's
Rebecca
dancing in the
DeMonet.
living
I think I saw
room
it
with in
once.
his
Yeah.
underwear or
Slides
something.
in and-
So yes,
Yeah.
So, but do you remember what the premise of the movie was?
Nope.
I never seen the movie. I literally that's one of the
Oh my
movies where like I just know
God.
that scene.
So he plays a high school student. He's smart. He's trying to get into these Ivy League schools, but he's not like super smart.
Yeah.
He comes from a very rich family. Parents are loaded. He's got rich friends, whatever. His parents go away on a trip, and his friends convince him to get a prostitute. So
Oh, Jesus.
he calls over Rebecca. Well, first he calls over a trans prostitute that he ends up turning away, and then they say, "I'm going to give you this girl's number. You're going to like her. Trust me."
That was in the 80s. That was the thing.
He calls. So then Rebecca DeMonet is the prostitute that comes over.
Yeah.
But then they end up,
Falling in love or whatever.
not falling in love per se. I guess they
Like
end up
Pretty Woman?
and they're getting into a relationship, but she ends up teaching him about like being an entrepreneur because he ends up. The whole goal is he ends up having this party where he brings all of his friends together who
Yeah.
can't have sex. She brings all her hooker friends together, and they put all their money together,
For a
and then
giant sex party.
kinda. And I know it sounds crazy, but it ends up being a lesson in business because that's what he ends up deciding he wants to do, and he learns so much from that exchange.
Open a brothel.
No, it's you gotta watch it. Anybody
Yeah,
who's seen
I'm
it, you
okay.
understand.
I think you're giving me a good sell on it, to be honest.
it's a good movie.
Except when you say no to my questions.
The next one I'm going to mention is a classic, and it deals with a lot of different teenage issues at the time.
Coming
and you
of
can
age.
learn a
I
lot
love those
to it.
movies.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh, yeah.
There were so many. I mean,
I
we
don't
had
think I've ever seen it.
abortion.
Oh, yeah.
There was we dealt with abortion.
Yep.
The
dude who was high all the time.
Jeff Spicoli was always smoking. He ordered the pizza to class. When that
Yeah.
scene happened, I was like, I want to do that. I want to get a delivery to my class and eat in class. I always wanted to do that. But there was just a lot of life lessons to be learned from that movie.
Oh, okay.
A lot of like there was you slept with my best friend slept with the girl that I had a crush on situation. The one night stand, sleeping with an older man that leaves you, the abortion. Like there's just a lot of things in that movie to learn from. And then what was the other one that I wanted to mention?
I can't believe it.
Hold on. Oh, I had another one. And I know, Pebs, you're not going to want to mention this one. But this one, to me, I loved it so much. And it's so funny. And have you guys seen Arthur?
No.
Arthur is with
Maybe.
Dudley Moore and Liza
he plays
Minnelli.
he plays a rich drunk guy.
He's a rich, drunk
no.
guy. But the reason
Yeah.
why I like that movie so much is because it's funny. But he's kind of set up to marry this rich, snobby woman because her family comes from money too. And his family's like, if you don't marry this woman, we're cutting you off and you're going to live in poverty for the rest of your life. He falls in love with Liza Minnelli, who's like got nothing, comes from nothing. And he gives up his rich life to be with this woman because he loves her. So
Yeah.
that kind of gave me hope. Like, oh my God, you don't have to be rich to, he ends up getting the money anyway at the end.
Yeah.
But that's the little plot twist. But that's, he's like an alcoholic, and
Yeah.
because it's kind of teaching you that having all this money is not doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have the best life.
Right.
Like it ruined him. The money ruined him is
Yeah.
kind of the lesson. And then, when he finds the love from a woman who doesn't have anything, it kind of, gives him a new leash on life. Is it leash or lease?
Lease.
Lease on life. I said leash on life. Yes. What were you going to say, Pebs, that you thought I was going to say?
There's several.
Oh.
Top Gun.
Oh, that was the other one. I wrote it down, actually.
See, you know what's funny?
Oh,
I
wait,
didn't
no.
get into my Tom Cruise era until basically like the late 90s.
Yep. I was going to say that
Top Gun.
for many reasons.
Purple Rain.
One of my favorites, but I don't know if I'd...
Okay.
Just because it was so bad. Like,
And-
I loved it, but it was bad.
Dirty Dancing.
Okay,
I'm
Dirty
surprised
Dancing.
you didn't say that.
Yep.
I just wanted to throw a couple more into,
Go
like some
for it.
honorable mentions. The Color Purple.
I've never seen it.
I don't think I saw that one either. I know.
You got to see it.
Just like I didn't see Shawshank.
Whoa.
Shawshank.
First of all, that's the 90s.
Shawshank Redemption. Oh, that's the 90s?
Yeah. Which will be a topic for another day. That's in my 90s movies.
Dead Poet Society.
Never saw that either, and I love
never-
Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, that
Not a
was
Robin.
deep.
This is gonna be a hot take, unpopular opinion.
You've said this before, and I
not
wanna
a
smack
big
you.
Robin Williams guy. I
I'm
found
gonna
him a
smack
little.
you.
I found him a little. What people say about me, like, yo, you corny. I find him a little corny. Like, don't get me wrong. I love the movie. Oh my God, what's the name of it? The one where he turns into the woman.
Mrs. Doubtfire?
I love
I
Mrs.
love that.
I
Doubtfire.
don't think I've ever
movie.
seen Mrs. Doubtfire.
I love Mrs. Doubtfire, and he was good in and I liked him in Jumanji, but in Jumanji he wasn't
Good Will
silly.
Hunting?
Classic. One of my favorite movies of all
Yeah, I
time.
wasn't a huge Good Will Hunting.
You're in
I know that's like I know I'm supposed to
Romero,
love that
I hate you.
movie for some reason, but I'm like, I mean, it
One
was
of my
a-
top
have
three
to.
favorite movies of all time.
yeah, it was alright, but even in that, like, he wasn't silly. Like, the main thing that he's known for is being like the silly guy. You know, I was just never a huge Robin Williams type of dude. I don't know why, but is that it? You got any more?
I probably could go on
I'm going
for
to
a
mention
long
one
time,
more.
but I just
I'm going to mention one more.
Go
It
ahead.
didn't come out in the 80s, though. I just
I'm
found out it
surprised this
came
whole
in
thing hasn't been
92.
you just telling us all these
Right, exactly.
going year by year.
This movie came out in 1992, but it was actually filmed locally here in Massachusetts. And
Wait, but you can't say if it's a
I know.
No, you gotta have to hold on.
because it's a whole.
You gotta wait. You gotta wait
come
until we
on.
do the next one,
90s one?
until we do our 90s
Damn
list.
it.
Yeah, you're getting excited. Relax.
I know.
I feel like I'm talking to one of my kids.
I know.
Relax.
All right.
Settle
Fine.
down. Be where your feet are. Be where your feet are. We're in the 80s right now.
Okay.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.